of the you've got the regulatory part with me, but you've got the media facing institutions with my brother Felix. So ISD, for example, which will be a tool to be used for a lot of the sensitization, falls under Felix's ministry, the Ministry of Government Communication. So like I said, it's going to be a collaborative work, because as regulators, we have a responsibility to act. And off air before we came in, I was telling you about a video that was brought to my attention of a TV station in a part of the country that put a 17-year-old minor talking about a sexual abuse that she had gone through for 10 years without taking into consideration protecting her. Now, I would ask the regulator to clamp down, because you see, again, we need to have our institutions work. The National Media Commission must be told to sit up and work. You see, when as Minister for Communication, I see some of these things and I try to act using the NCA, then you have people come and say, Sam George is acting in excess of his powers. This is content, and this content is NMC forte. It's not the NCA's forte. What people fail to realize is that, yes, content is the forte of the NMC. The NMC has the constitutional mandate to review content. But that content is streamed using a national resource, Spectrum, which we regulate at the NCA under the ministry. Now, when we give you a frequency authorization, and you can check with your frequency authorizations here, there's a clause in every frequency authorization that the NCA reserves the right to suspend or revoke your license authorization in the interest of national security and public safety. So when a media house puts a 17-year-old minor who has been abused sexually for 10 years, meaning from when she was 7 years, without taking the requisite steps to even protect her identity, and puts in the same room with her the person who has been abusing her and turns it into public comedy, my colleague gender minister will act to protect the rights of that minor. But I would also act to take that media house off air. Because you see, it's about public safety. It is, and that's why I've said that very soon. I mean, we've done some work with the telecom companies. We're dealing with DSTV at the moment. The next one is going to be a proper cleanup of the media space. When you say proper cleanup, what do you mean? Yeah. So if you are engaged in showing things that are inimical to public safety, we'll serve you a warning. If you fail to heed with it, we'll withdraw your license. I'll suspend licenses of media houses that do not take into consideration the right things. Look, my brother, we have a responsibility to our children in this country. You remember the issue in Kaswa? Yeah. It was simply because kids were exposed, primetime TV, to money rituals. A ritualist asking people to bring body parts, bring a human head, and he'll make you rich. 10-year-old and 11-year-old. They killed their own friend. Why should we expose our children to such content? You see sexually explicit material being aired on some TV stations as early as 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. That's not why we gave you the license authorization. That's not information. That's not education. That's not entertainment. That's an abuse of our children. Abuse of the innocence of our children. And so we would work with the NMC, we would work with the GG, and I'll tell you what. Take, for example, the 62, 64 media houses that are suspended, and the president intervened and said, grant them amnesty. If you realize, the Media Foundation for West Africa did not speak against that action. GIBA did not speak against that action. In fact, when they spoke, they asked all media houses to comply with the terms of their license authorization. Because I took my time and met the Media Foundation for West Africa and did a full presentation to them. Did same to GIBA. Showed them each media house and what the infraction was. Showed them evidence of letters. Some of those media houses, the letters came from as far back as 2022. Joe Anoche wrote letters. So I showed them every media house, we had a docket. So people realized that I didn't just wake up and say I was hand picking people and so that's why. So we'll be meticulous about it.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
I need to go.